Hello everyone, welcome back to Simplify Studies. In this module, we will study about the physical geography of India. But before I start with today's topic, let me explain you why India is called a subcontinent. A place is called a subcontinent when it is a part of a continent but is considered either geographically or politically as an independent entity, and that is the reason why India and its neighboring countries are often called subcontinents. If you look at the distinct landmass of India, it includes Himalayan region in the north, then the Gangetic plains as well as the plateau region towards the south. Now, let us study about the natural regions and the natural vegetation related to India. The physical features of India forms 6 different natural regions, means regions created by nature. The weather and the geography within a natural region are almost similar. For better clarity, please look at this map. Here, I have matched the colors in the legend with the colors in the map to find each region. Towards north, you can see Himalayas or the northern mountains. They are the newly folded and the highest mountain in the world. They extend from the Indus River in the north and end at the Brahmaputra River in the eastern India. The Himalayas were created when the subcontinent pushed against Asia. The subcontinent is still moving slowly towards Asia, and so the Himalayas are rising between 1 to 2 centimeters each year. Then we have the northern plains. The northern plains occupy the greater part of northern India. It lies towards the south of the northern mountains. It is a flat and leveled region, stretching from Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. After northern plains, we have the Great Indian Desert, also known as the Western Desert or the Thar Desert. The land is rocky and sandy towards the west of the Aravalli Hills in Rajasthan. It is located towards the west of the northern plains. It stretches from the Run of Kutch in Gujarat to the borders of Haryana. It covers a large part of Rajasthan. Next, we have the southern plateaus. The southern plateaus are towards the south of the northern plains. They are triangular in shape. They are broad towards the north and narrow down as you go to southwards. Now, let's move towards the coastal plains. The Deccan Plateau is surrounded by a narrow coastal plain towards the west called the Western Coastal Plain and towards east known as the Eastern Coastal Plain. These plains stretch along the coast for about 6,000 kilometers from Gujarat in the west up to West Bengal in the east. They meet at Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari is the southernmost tip of the mainland of India. However, the southernmost tip of the country is the Indira Point. It is in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Next, we have the islands. There are many small islands along the 2 coastal plains. Away from these plains, there are 2 big group of islands. These are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands. In each natural region, there are certain trees and plants that grow naturally, means they are not planted by people. These are called natural vegetation or the flora of a particular place. A natural vegetation of an area depends on the kind of land, the kind of weather, as well as the height of the land. There are different kinds of natural vegetation in India. Let us see few of them. We will first start with evergreen rainforest. These grow in areas where there is heavy rainfall. The forest remains green because all the trees do not shed their leaves at the same time. Next, we have deciduous forests. These are found in areas where there is not that much rain. Deciduous trees shed their leaves every year. After deciduous, we have scrub vegetation. This is found in drier places. There are dwarf deciduous trees and grasses. Next, we have the desert vegetation. This is found in the desert areas. Plants have long roots to search for water and thick stems to store water. Then we have mangrove forest. These grow along the coast. Mangrove trees have roots that can also be seen above the ground. Next, we have mountain vegetation. In the lower hills, there are forests like bamboo forest, and on the higher mountain, there are forests of trees like coniferous. These trees have needle-like leaves and woody cones which contain their seeds. The highest slopes mostly have only grass and flowers. In many parts of India, forests have been cut down for different reasons, such as to clear the land to grow food or to build houses. Now, let us study about the northern mountains and the hills of northeast. Many ranges of high mountains curve across North India. These are the Himalayas, the highest mountains in the world. They form a natural boundary between India and a large part of Asia. Two neighboring countries, Nepal and Bhutan, are situated in these mountains. Geographers have divided the northern mountains according to their heights. We will first start with the Himadri. These are the highest mountains. They are also called the Greater Himalayas. They get heavy snowfall and are always covered in snow. It is very cold here, both in summer and winter. There is no plant or animal life. High mountains like Mount Everest and Mount Kanchenjunga are in the Greater Himalayas. Next, we have Himachal. These mountains are lower than the Himadri and are also called the Lesser Himalayas. There is snow in winter, but summer is cool and pleasant. Some areas have grassy slope while others have forest. Many hill stations such as Shimla, Kulu, Mussoorie, Nainital and Darjeeling are situated in this region. Then we have the Shivalik. These are the lowest range. It is not as cold here as in the higher mountains. In many places, the thick forests of the Shivalik have been cut down, and as a result, soil gets washed away with heavy rain. Now, let's move towards the northeast. In the northeast are the Purvanchal ranges. These are not very high. They are covered with thick jungles. The northeastern hills include Garo, Khasi, Jaintia, Naga, Lusai and Mizo hills. Now, let us understand the importance of Himalayan range. Firstly, it is a natural boundary on the northern borders of our country. Secondly, it protects us from the cold, dry winds that blow from Central Asia and also blocks the monsoon winds from crossing the northern borders, resulting in heavy rainfall in northern plains. We also get medicines, wood, and other useful products from the forest in the Himalayan range. We get water for regular use and for irrigation from rivers originating in Himalayas. We get electricity from the dams built across the rivers originating in Himalayas. Now, let us study about the rivers of India. Many rivers originating in the Himalayan mountains flow through the northern plains. These rivers carry water throughout the year, so they are called the perennial rivers. They get water from melting snow, so they are also called snow-fed rivers. Apart from water from melting snow, they can also get very full of water if the monsoon rain is heavy. When this happens, the rivers flood the surrounding areas. These rivers bring with them broken pieces of rocks, sand, and silt. The fine silt deposited in the valley is called alluvium. Alluvium soil is very good for crops. In the hills and in the plains, other smaller rivers join the main rivers. These are called tributaries. Some examples of the main perennial rivers are the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. The Satluj, Yamuna, and Teesta are examples of snow-fed tributaries. Now, let us understand what are non-perennial rivers. Non-perennial rivers start because of the heavy rain in the hills, so they are also called rain-fed rivers. As they are rain-fed, they sometimes do not have any water when there is less rainfall. Rain-fed rivers are found in central and the southern part of India. In Deccan Plateau, many rivers start in the Western Ghats and empty into the Bay of Bengal. They flow eastwards as the plateau is higher in the west. Two such rivers are Mahanadi and Krishna. The Narmada and Tapi start in the plateau region, flow west and empty into the Arabian Sea. Some rivers like the Betwa and Son start in the northern part of the plateau and flow towards the Great Northern Plains. India has many perennial and non-perennial rivers. The physical features and the rivers link the people of India. That's all for today. Have a good day.